What a cute little car.
I wouldn't touch that if I were you.
Okay, I won't touch it, but what would happen if I did touch it?
The wheel would fall off.
Huh. This wheel seems fine to me.
No, not that wheel. That's the steering wheel. I mean this wheel here. You see? It's loose.
Oh, yes, it is loose, isn't it?
Which is why I'm going to tighten it with this wrench. There. It's pretty tight now.
Can I touch your car now?
It doesn't belong to me. It's not mine.
Whose is it?
It's my son's.
Your son's car?
Yes, it's his. It's not mine. I'm just fixing it for him.
Your son really has a car, but he's only 10 years old. That's a bit young, isn't it?
Oh, he's too young for a real car, but this isn't a real car. It's a toy.
A toy? Does it go?
Oh, sure it goes. You see? It's got a little engine.
Oh, wow. Can I try it?
All right, get in.
Oh, I can hardly wait. How do you start the engine?
Well, turn on the ignition. The ignition, the starter key.
This is the starter key?
Yeah, turn it.
Okay. Oh, I'm moving.
Oh, watch out. Oh, you're going to run into the wall. Turn it to the left. Turn the steering wheel.
I'm turning to the left, Frankie. Oh, for goodness sake. Don't worry, Frankie. I won't run into the wall. Here I go. How do you stop this thing?
Put your foot on the brake. Oh, Chips.
So this pedal is the brake.
Mm-hmm.
What's this other pedal called?
The gas pedal.
Gas?
Yes, this car runs on gas, gasoline. You put it in here, in the gas tank.
Why do you call it a gas pedal?
Because when you step on the gas, you send more gasoline to the engine, and it makes the car go faster.
So if I want to go fast, I put my foot on the gas pedal.
Or the accelerator. We also call the gas pedal the accelerator, because to accelerate means to go faster.
Oh, I'd like to accelerate. Vroom, vroom.
But not in here, not in the workshop.
Well, where then?
On the street.
I can take this out on the street?
No, not this. This is a toy car. But if it were a real car, you could take it on the street.
Have you got a real car?
Oh, sure, but you can't take it on the street.
Why not? Because I'm a robot?
No, because you haven't got a driver's license. Look, like this. This is my driver's license, see? I have a photo card and a license card.
If I had a driver's license, then could I drive on the street?
Uh-huh.
Well, how do I get a driver's license?
You have to pass a driving test.
Driving test. Okay.
But you have to learn to drive first.
Well, where do I learn to drive?
In a driving school.
Okay, Mario, we've gone over all the instruments and controls.
Mm-hmm.
You're familiar with those?
Yeah.
Okay, before we set the car in motion, we just want to double check that your seat is comfortable.
Feels good.
Okay, your seat belt is on properly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, the last thing you want to do is check that mirror.
Yeah,
Make
looks
sure
good.
that your mirrors are set up okay. Good, then we're going to start the car. Good, your right foot on the brake. Now we'll put it into the drive position. Okay, and before moving out, you have to check your mirror. Left directional signal.
Right, it's on.
And then a check over your left shoulder to cover your blind spot.
Okay.
So you look behind. Good.
And we can just go.
Good hand position, nice
Okay.
and high, 10 and 2.
Okay.
I'd like you to look as far ahead as possible and try and keep your eyes moving. From the left, scanning far ahead and to the right. If we put our right directional signal on, we're going to make a right turn here.
Okay.
We want to check our mirror as we slow to stop.
Right.
A nice full stop.
Uh-huh.
Okay, then you scan left, straight, right, clear. We can proceed.
Okay.
Okay? Now at that stop, I just want to point out that really we should have stopped just before the sidewalk.
Okay.
Okay, your legal stopping position is always first for pedestrians.
Okay.
Okay, once the pedestrians have either cleared or there are none, then you can proceed forward.
Right.
Okay? Now, as we're looking up again, you're scanning left, way up. You see the lady on the bicycle. Okay, to the right. And maybe we'll make a right turn up at this next street. So again, our right directional signal, which is up.
Okay.
Good. We slow right down. Quick glance in your mirror.
Right.
Good. Then off.
I can do that.
Oh, a new driver.
Who, me?
Yes, you, my friend. You want to learn to drive, don't you?
Well, yes.
Well, this is the place. The ABC School of Driving. A, for attention. Pay attention at all times. B, for beware. Beware of and watch out for other drivers at all times. And C, for calm. Keep calm at all times.
A, B, C. A for attention, B for beware, and C for calm. Well, that's very nice, but this is a classroom. I want to learn to drive out on the street.
One step at a time, my friend. First, you have to learn the basics in the classroom.
What are the basics?
Well, the controls to start with.
What's
What's so funny? Why are you laughing?
I'm laughing because this is such a funny-looking car. It hasn't got any wheels or any engine.
Oh, but this isn't a real automobile. It's a simulator.
A simulator?
Yes, it simulates what a real automobile is like. It pretends to be a real car. It has the same controls, you see.
Oh, yes, I see. There's a steering wheel, a handbrake, a brake pedal, and a gas pedal. Oh, what's this thing?
The gear shift.
What does prend mean? Is that a short form for pretend?
No, PRND is not short for pretend. P stands for park, R stands for reverse, N for neutral, and D for drive.
Oh, P for park, R for reverse, N for neutral, and D for drive.
These are the positions for the gear shift. P, R, N, D.
That's very clever.
Yes, well, get in. Let's start the lesson.
Okay.
Now, what do you do first when you get behind the wheel?
I drive off.
No, 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 not yet. Pay attention at all times.
Oh, okay.
The first thing you do when you get behind the wheel is check the controls. Start with the headlights.
Why? It isn't dark.
No, but if it were dark, we'd need our headlights on. And they do work. Good. Then we check the windshield wipers.
Why? It isn't raining.
No, but if it were raining, we'd need our windshield wipers on. And they do work fine.
Oh. Oh, I like this horn.
Leave the horn alone. And buckle up.
I'm sorry. I won't say another word. I'll buckle up.
No, I mean buckle up your seatbelt, your safety belt.
Oh, yes, of course. I must buckle that up. Now can I drive off?
Not yet. After A for attention, we have B for beware. Beware of other drivers at all times. What's so funny now?
There aren't any other drivers.
I know, but if there were, you'd have to beware of them.
Well, how would I beware of them?
Well, first of all, before driving off, you'd look into your rearview mirror and your side mirror to check the traffic.
Okay. Rear view mirror, side mirror. Nope, there's nothing coming. No traffic at all. Oh, sorry again. Now can I drive off?
No, not yet. You should also look over your shoulder just to make sure there's nothing coming.
There's still no traffic. No, can I drive off?
Yes.
All right.
Stop! Stop! That's the simulator. It's only a simulator. Stop! That's the
I would. I'd.
If I had, I'd.
If I had a hammer, I'd hammer in the morning, I'd hammer in the evening, I'd hammer all day.
Why would you hammer all day if you had a hammer?
Because if I had a hammer, I could fix my car.
But you don't have a car.
No, but if I did have a car, I could fix it, and then I could drive all day.
But you don't know how to drive?
No, but if I did know how to drive, I'd drive all day.
But you can't drive.
No, but if I could drive, I would drive all day. If I had a car.
You know what I would do if I were you?
No, what would you do if you were me?
If I were you, I'd go and take some driving lessons.
Would you?
Yes, I would.
And then what would you do?
And then, if I were you, I'd go and take my driving test.
And then what would you do?
Then, I'd go and get my driver's license.
And then what would you do?
Then, I'd go to a car dealer and buy a car.
Whose car is that?
Who does it belong to?
Yes, who does it belong to? Whose is it? Is it yours?
No, it's not mine. Is it yours?
No, it's not mine either. Whose is it then? Is it his?
No, it's not his.
Is it hers?
No, it's not hers.
So, it's not ours, and it's not theirs. Doesn't it belong to anybody?
Not yet.
You mean it's nobody's car?
Well, in a way, yes. Right now, it's the dealer's. But when the dealer sells it to somebody, it will be somebody's.
Frankie, what else do I have to know to pass my driving test?
Well, you need to know about parallel parking.
Parallel parking?
Let me explain. I've drawn a road.
2 lines?
Yes, but I've drawn 2 parallel lines.
Oh, so that's what parallel means. Side by side.
Yes, and the same distance apart all the way along.
Oh,
Now, this is the curb,
the curb?
the edge of the sidewalk.
The sidewalk. A place to walk by the side of the road.
Exactly. A sidewalk is a place to walk, a place for pedestrians.
Pedestrians is another word for people who walk.
Right again. Pedestrian is someone who walks.
Well, what has parallel parking got to do with this?
Because you park your car parallel with the curb of the sidewalk.
Oh, well, that's easy. I just drive up and park at the curb.
Yes, but what if there were other cars parked there already? Then what would you do?
I would just park in between them. Uh-oh. Oh, I see what you mean. The parking space is too narrow.
Well, it's too narrow to drive in forwards, but if you went in backwards, if you back in, there's just enough room.
So that's why a gear shift has a reverse gear, for reversing into narrow parking spaces.
Well, that's one reason, but there are other reasons. When you want to do a three-point turn, for instance, that's another thing you have to do in your driving test.
Well, what's a three-point turn?
Well, suppose you're driving along the road and you decided to turn back. What would you do?
I'd just turn around.
You mean you do a U-turn, like this.
Oh, a U-turn. That looks easy.
Well, it is easy if the street is wide enough. But suppose the street weren't wide enough. Suppose you were driving along a narrow street, like this. Then what would you do? You see? This street isn't wide enough to do a U-turn. So now what do you do?
I don't know.
1, you turn the car as far as you can to one side of the roadway. 2, you put the car into reverse and turn as far as you can to the other side of the roadway. 3, you put the car into drive again and turn back down the road. 1, 2, 3.
So that's why they call it a three-point turn. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Where are you going?
I think I need another driving lesson.
How did you feel doing your driver's test today?
Nervous. That's about the one word I can describe it with.
During the test, I'd like you to observe and obey all the rules of the road, all the traffic signs, the signals. Signal each of your intentions, even if there is no traffic.
Okay.
I'll tell you each of your directions well in advance. If I do not say anything, then all I want you to do is to follow the road.
Terrific.
Do you have any questions before we begin?
No, not that I can think of.
Try to relax and do your best.
Okay.
When you're ready, we'll continue to the exit with a right turn, please.
Okay.
The first street, right turn.
Did you pass your test today?
Well, actually, I didn't. I failed today's test, but I know where I went wrong, and I'd like to try it again very soon.
Well, first thing the instructor said when I sat down in his car was, be calm. And I just did that, and I remembered everything I learned in driver's school, and I did okay.
Show me how you would park your vehicle here as if you were leaving it. When you're ready, we will continue.
Okay.
Well, I failed my driver's test because I missed one yield sign. I figured that the car that was coming had enough time for me to go past, but I couldn't. I didn't make it.
I felt very nervous sitting there in the car, wondering if I'd pass or not, but I did pass. I did everything okay, I guess.
There's lots of turns, and the lights change very quickly. You have to keep your eyes open, be very observant.
Review everything that you've ever learned, and remember to watch the signs, because they're the critical thing.
Okay, you qualified today for your driver's license.
Yay!
If you'd like to take this with your identification and your $7 into line number 4 in the main building, they'll look after you there.
driving instructor. But don't be upset. Just remember your ABC.
My what?
Your ABC. After A for attention and B for beware, we have C for calm. Keep calm at all times.
I am keeping calm. I'm not getting upset.
Good. That's the way.
Look, I'm the instructor, and you're the learner.
All right. I'm the learner, and you're the instructor.
And this is my driving simulator, my classroom, and my chalkboard. It's all mine.
Is it all yours? I thought it belonged to the ABC School of Driving.
Well, it does. All right, all this is the school's. But it's certainly not yours, and I'm the one giving the driving lesson.
Oh, I know.
Good. You want to pass your driving test, don't you? You don't want to fail it.
No, I don't want to fail my driving test. I want to pass it.
So you'll have to obey me and do as I say.
Yes, I'll obey you. I'll do as you say.
Okay, then. So the next step is, give me the chalk, will you? The rules of the road. You must obey the rules of the road at all times, and that means obeying the traffic signs.
These are all traffic signs?
Yes.
Oh, and what are these lights?
Traffic lights. I know. I'll test you on your knowledge of traffic lights. What do you do when the light is red?
I don't know.
You stop. You bring your vehicle to a complete stop.
Vehicle?
A vehicle. A car, a truck, or a bus. These are all vehicles. What do you do when the light is yellow or amber?
Yellow or amber? I don't know.
The amber light means that the red light is about to appear.
Oh, so I stop when I see an amber light.
Yes, if you have time.
Oh, and the green light means that the amber light is about to appear?
No, the green light means go. Red means stop, green means go. And now, some of the traffic signs.
Oh, that's an easy one. It says right on the sign what to do. Stop for pedestrians.
Right. This is the sign for pedestrian crossover or crosswalk. Whenever you see this, you must slow down and stop if necessary.
You must stop or slow down when necessary at any crosswalk or crossover.
Yes. And what does this mean?
Maximum 50 kilometers.
Maximum 50 kilometers per hour. That's the speed limit, the fastest you're allowed to go. You're not allowed to exceed 50 kilometers an hour.
You mean a pedestrian is not allowed to go faster than 50 kilometers an hour? What's so funny? Why are you laughing?
That's absurd. It means vehicles mustn't exceed that speed, not pedestrians. Who ever heard of someone walking faster than 50 kilometers an hour?
But you can walk faster than 50 kilometers an hour.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can.
Don't argue with me.
I'm not arguing with you.
Yes, you are arguing with me.
Oh, I'm not arguing with you. Keep calm at all times. I'm just saying that it is possible to walk faster than 50 kilometers an hour.
No, it isn't possible. Nobody can do that.
Watch me. What's the matter? Did I exceed the speed limit?